Welcome back, friends, to the homestead. So as you guys know, we're in the process of selling the homestead. I split the land into two pieces. Half is sold. The home with the other half is, I think, will be sold very soon. It's been hard to even make content or to do anything because we find ourselves in that limbo section between being in 1 foot in one place and 1 foot in the other. We've got so many showings. Like, we've got showings booked up today where we have to leave for that. So we're going to head down to the river because it's supposed to be very hot. So what are you going to get for content on this channel? Who knows? But today I'm going to talk a little bit about, or answer a question, and the question that keeps coming in is, what in the world is going on with the riots in Portland? Well, as a person who was raised in Portland, I know the city, loved the city. I'm very sad to see what's become of it. I can tell you what you're being told is not the truth. And it's really dismaying. Even people who live in this area, I hear the conversations and I try to explain to people, what's really going on, and they just don't know because, we're all busy and we listen to what's fed us from the mainstream media, and they have an agenda and they're not telling you the truth. So I'll tell you exactly what's going on. So if you don't know, if you live under a rock or in a cave, there has been, 60 nights or so of nightly protests that's centering around the downtown area, the federal courthouse. And if you were to read the reports from CNN, MSNBC, mainstream media, you would get this impression that federal stormtroopers are in there abusing peaceful protesters. But that's not what's happening. This whole thing has become very political, and there's an agenda, and the end, what they're hoping to influence at the end of it, meaning the bad guys, is to influence the election. Now, what's going on, and we have a courthouse that's federal, that's basically federal land. We have the U.S. Marshals and, Homeland Security. These guys are inside there protecting this, and you have nightly groups of, a group of some people that are just there. They don't really know why they're there. They're probably bored. They just young people that want to tear stuff up. But then you have people that have your Antifa types that are using this to further their agenda. And what their agenda is they're hoping to provoke the federal agents into shooting someone so that they can turn this thing into the next, the Kent State. Oh, sorry, there's all kinds of flies around here. Kent State, if you don't know, was an incident that happened in the 1970s. There was a Vietnam War protest at Kent State University. If memory serves, the National Guard moved in. There was some sort of an altercation, and shots were fired, and 4 students were killed and several injured. And a lot of people contribute this one event to a complete change in America's perception of not only the political environment of the Vietnam War, and even some folks have even gone so far as to say that this may have been the main reason why Nixon ultimately had to resign, because public opinion had turned against him. After the shooting, I think all of the universities and colleges all closed, and this was used by the anti-war protesters, and I'm not taking a side, I'm just reporting the facts, to further their agenda. So, as King Solomon said, there's nothing new under the sun. If you want to know and understand what's going on, all we have to do is go back and read our history, right? And this is just simply a playbook from that history. Last night, things were escalated to the point where shots were actually fired by someone into the courthouse. Now, it's not known if they were intending to shoot federal agents. Probably not. But it is escalating. And I believe if what I'm hearing is right, and I think it is, they found where the shots were shot from, the shooter's position, and there was empty shell casings as well as Molotov cocktails or gas bombs right there. So now we're moving on. We're escalating. They're not getting what they want. They're trying to bait the federal agents to come out and to hurt someone, to shoot someone, because they have a willing media. They have a willing local government has told the police complete hands off. And this is what, as my friend who shall remain anonymous said, this is what a complete breakdown of leadership looks like, meaning at the level of the mayor. So why are they doing this? What do they want? Well, they know that this is not about, in my opinion, this is no longer about Floyd Smith, or I'm sorry if I don't have the name right, the Black Lives Matter protest. This is about affecting the election. They don't have a strong candidate. They know that they're going to get creamed no matter what they tell you at the polls, that they're going to get creamed, and there's no other option left but to keep this thing going through November. If they can keep this thing going through November, or better yet, if they can bait one of these federal agents to shoot someone or to kill someone, and have that all on camera, how are they going to spin this? The media's on their side, the local government's on their side. It's going to be listed, the headline's going to look something like this. Trump's stormtrooper goon squads shoot innocent protesters. And if this could be a pregnant mother or a woman, or the optics couldn't be any better, they're going to use this to every advantage to try to influence the election in November. Because don't listen to the polls. These polls that you're getting are not only are they cherry picked, but polls are, well, we don't need to get into that, but that's kind of the skinny what's going on. So I've watched this very closely. I have friends that are actually involved in this. I even have friends that are involved on politically on the opposite side of it. So I hear all sides of it. I'm very familiar with the case, and you do not have federal agents running out that are just grabbing people off the street and abusing people and taking advantage of protesters. What you have is you have a federal courthouse that is surrounded by all of these goons that are trying to hurt these guys. You can go online, you can watch the videos. They're trying to set it on fire. There's even images of where the feds come out. They're trying to push them back so they don't get start the building on fire or break in or who knows what. I saw a video of a guy standing outside with a hammer, ready to hit a guy on the back of the head as he comes out. It's incredible to me, the restraint that they're actually showing. And what's happening is that the tide is turning against them. Even though they have everyone on their side and everyone is in the media is lying about it, people are starting to figure it out. When you start watching them, when they're night after night after night, and the violence and the burning, the local city, the poor businesses in that downtown area, they're pleading with the mayor, please do something about this. Everything in that downtown area, all the Main Street level businesses are all boarded up. They can't run their businesses. The damage is running in the millions. The downtown area is a ghost town. Restaurants that have been there and small businesses for 100 years will not be recovering. They won't come back because we have a complete breakdown of leadership. We have a local mayor that won't use the police force to bring any order, and it's just a sad state of affairs. When you have a mayor that is unwilling to stand up for the folks that run businesses, the folks that have homes in this area, that are unwilling to use the police force. He's not only is the mayor, he's the police commissioner as well. It's political. He doesn't care about people. He doesn't care about businesses. The only thing he cares about is his politics. And those guys are willing to burn the whole thing down if they think that it'll give them an advantage and they can get evil Trump, the Trumpler or Orange Man out of the White House, right? And to be honest, I was a little bit frustrated when this first started happening with the national response. I thought at first that why doesn't the president send some troops in there? Why don't we curtail this? Why don't we deal with this? But the more I think about it, the more I watch it, the more brilliant I think it is. What's the saying? Give someone enough rope to hang themselves. They're hanging themselves right now. And I think the majority of the people that are down there, I don't think they really even understand why they're down there. I think that it's exciting. We have draconian COVID laws in here. There's a lot of people out of work. They don't have anything to do. You don't see the normal folks. You don't see working class people down there. You see a lot of miscreants. You see a lot of oddball people, and you see a lot of people that just don't have anything going on, and a lot of young people that just are looking for excitement. And then you have a sinister element, your Antifa folks and such, that are using this, are exploiting these people to further their agenda. So that's what's going on. It's a sad state of affairs, but I think that the longer it goes on, the better it is for our side. I think that they're making themselves look very bad. Everyone's starting to figure out what this is about. It's no longer about Black Lives Matter protesting. It's about the election, and the election's coming down to Supreme Court justices, and that's what it comes down to, right? It's a last, it is a death throw, a final act of desperation, a Hail Mary that is going to escalate all the way up until November. So I just hope and pray that cool heads can prevail. I hope that no one gets hurt and the whole thing will disperse. But this is a classic example of what what a complete failure of leadership looks like. And remember this when you vote this November. So thanks for watching. Keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families. More to come. We'll see you guys in the next video.